live action ones. So don't expect me to Masters of Phantasm or anything like that. Batman Year One. I'm only doing live action ones and solo ones. So don't expect Batman vs Superman. Which I believe I already did a review for that. For not, but still. Anyway, here is my review for pretty much the first ever major Batman movie that got released, and that is 1981's iconic Batman, which premiered all the way back in 1981. Let me pull up the release date. Can't remember the actual date for it.
I don't have white socks on though.
Let's see. When was the Batman release? Yeah, June 23rd, 1989. I mean, this is definitely an iconic one. It is of course directed by Tim Burton, who will later go on to direct other iconic movies like Edward Scissorhands, Charlie and Chocolate Factory. He's gave us some really cool movies over the years. Majority of which had Johnny Depp in them, but still. Anyway, now of course he did do Batman pretty much with Michael Keaton as Batman, and you gotta understand how this thing was like when Michael Keaton. Because when Mike Keaton was, first cast as the real Batman, so many people hated it. Like, if you think poor Ben Affleck, and then Robert Pattinson had it when they were cast, yeah, lots of people hate the idea of Keaton cast because, I mean, of course, prior to Batman, he did do movies like Mr. Mom, he did do Beetlejuice and all. So seeing like this guy who played Beetlejuice year prior, the guy who did Mr. Mom before, as the Cape Crusader, that turned a lot of heads. But he turned around and showed that he was definitely the right person for the role. I mean, I can't remember who else was actually considered. I think Bill Murray was actually once considered. I think Bill Murray was considered. I think even Tom Hanks was once considered, but they went ahead and got and pretty much got Mike Keaton, who I think is definitely up there as one of the best Batmans. He plays this role perfectly. You could see him as this role, like he of course embodies the Batman role. He does the role perfectly. Of course, you got Jack Nicholson as Joker, who is so good in this. I mean, Jack Nicholson, obviously, he could play crazy really well. We've seen that with One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and all. And of course, we've seen that with The Shining. So when he goes crazy, he he's definitely the perfect choice. I mean, other actors who actually were considered, I remember, include John Lithgow, Chucky himself, Brad Dourif was once attached. But Jack Nicholson definitely was the perfect one. And you also had some other cool cast members, like you had Billy D. Williams, um, Lando Calrissian as the role of Harvey Dent, which I always was disappointed they never got him to actually play Two-Face, but you had Pat Hingle, Kim Basinger as Vicky Vale. I mean, this movie has a really cool cast. It's so iconic, and of course, it does start off with Bruce Wayne, become with Bruce Wayne's parents getting killed and all, and of course, it does have the Joker's origin story, which I thought they did a really good job with the origin story of the Joker, of how he became this megalomaniac. Falling into like a toxic waste and all. So what they were able to do with the Joker's origin story, I thought was fantastic there. I mean, this is definitely such an iconic one. It's such a classic. I mean, I obviously I was not born in 1989, so I never really got to watch this when it was first released in theaters. But I actually was able to watch it in theaters like back in 2014 when AMC was doing this classic program, and they show like a re-release of Batman. Seeing Batman on the big screen is something special, and I mean, Michael Keaton as Batman was he just played this role perfectly, and I just adore him as this role. And of course, Jack Nicholson, like I said, played Joker perfectly. I mean, we've seen other actors who portray the role of the Joker, whether it's like Heath Ledger, Joaquin Phoenix, but Jack Nicholson, him on another level, does the role perfectly, and it's such a shame we never really got to see Jack Nicholson as the Joker again in the near future, like in other movies. But he still does the role great, and Mikey Keaton, I'm really excited we're getting him back as Batman again because he just plays his role just with so much gratitude. And Tim Burton, what he was able to do with this is just so good, and it made some really good dough when it got released. Let me pull up the box office release. Batman box office.
So like the recovery on the right versus the left.
Yeah, it made about 250.7 million. So loads of people really, flocked out to see this opening day. I mean, I if you had like maybe see pictures of the opening weekend of Batman, it was massive. So yeah. Anyway, yeah. If you guys have never really seen Batman from 1989, do yourself a favor. I believe it's still on HBO Max. Give it a go. It's a classic and it's so iconic. Anyway, let me leave you guys. Have you ever seen 1989's Batman? If so, what so? Were you a fan? Were you not a fan of it? Favorite scenes, favorite moments? Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Timmy signing off.
At this point in time, you may be able to get away with that.